In this video, I want to be breaking down the 7 steps and how you are going to start your own event space, and they're totally beginner friendly. My name is Brian Waldron, and by the age of 26, did $3.5 million in event space sales with my brick and mortar event space business. Now we have the #1 event space consulting program in the country, showing over 400 clients how to find, fund, and fill their own event space. What I want to break down is essentially how anybody can get into this business and use it to create a great stream of income for their family. One of the first things I want to break down is that before you even touch this business, you have to do your homework. You have to research the market. One of the biggest things that helped us when we were starting BK Event Space is something called a market comp analysis. Now, essentially what I did when I was doing my market comp analysis is I called every single event space in my area. At the time it was Brooklyn, New York, and I essentially found out how much do you charge, what do you provide, how many hours, how many reviews do they have, and I basically gave myself a data list, what the top event spaces were doing, what they were charging, how they were making money, different streams, different levels of income, and things that nature, so that that way when I create my event space, I knew exactly what to charge, I knew exactly what to provide, and I knew exactly how to go and market my business. Now we actually have a software that does this automatically, so you don't have to waste hours and hours and hours like I did before, and it does this automatically for you. But this was one of the things that I really helped me start my business when I knew literally nothing about it. The next thing that you really want to do is you want to find the right location. Now, for me personally, location doesn't make the biggest difference, because if you have the right location but you don't know how to market, it doesn't make a difference. But nevertheless, you can't market to 2 people in your area. You want to at least have some type of viable market where people are looking for event spaces that you can turn around and market to. One of the #1 things that really stood out for me in event spaces is a good solid floor plan. So I actually paid more attention to a good solid floor plan more than the perfect location with the busiest area, because if I had a really good solid floor plan, guess what's going to happen? People know that it's only one day, so they're going to rather come out to my event space because it has a solid floor plan, it has really good pricing and packages, it has a really good host, it has really good customer service, rather than going to somebody just because they're in their neighborhood or has good parking or things of that nature, which is why I never really paid attention to these type of things. The third thing that I really want to talk about is you definitely have to create a business plan. If this is your first business, let alone a first event space business, a lot of realtors and a lot of landlords are not going to take the chance on you, and I'm just letting you know straight up. Now, if you do get one that wants to take a chance on you and work with you, amazing. However, I will let you know from working with over 400 clients that it is a lot more difficult as a first-time business owner, because they simply don't trust you yet, and you don't have any proof of income or proof of history or proof of concept for them to really lock in a 3, 5, or 7, or even maybe 10-year lease with you, and that they're actually going to get their money. So one of the biggest ways to go about that is to create a solid business plan. Now, what does it look like for a solid business plan? Things like an executive summary, how you're going to go ahead and start the business. Things like a market comp analysis, shows that you've researched the business. Things like a 10-year sales forecast, how you're going to market the business. A break-even analysis, how you're going to pay for the business, how you're going to pay for the rent, how is the landlord going to pay the rent. Now, fortunately, in Event Space Elites, we actually have a really good business plan that's done for all our clients, that's actually been able to secure a lot of leases for them. However, if you don't have that one, or you are not part of Event Space Elites yet, you can go ahead and probably purchase one online, or maybe have ChatGPT create one for you, but it's not going to be as concise. And a lot of times, especially nowadays with the rise of AI, a lot of landlords can't piece that together and know that you just had a robot create it for you. The next thing that I want to talk about is securing financing. Now, one of the #1 things that you can do to secure financing for your event space, and I have a ton of other videos breaking down this or whatever the case may be, but one of the #1 things that we love to do is use 0% interest credit cards. So what that typically looks like is that you'll get your personal credit up to at least a 680, 700. Make sure you don't have too many inquiries, make sure you have 100% payment history, very low utilization, and use that to go and get 0% interest credit cards. Some of my personal favorites are the Chase Inc. or the American Express Blue Business Cash, because those typically are 0% interest with very high limits, especially Chase. Shout out Chase, because that one has definitely given me and a lot of my clients a very big bag. One of the next things that you want to do is you want to focus on the right build out. One of the #1 things that I do when I look at build out is I split the money that I have available. I split it into move-in costs, build out costs, and furniture. Those are the 3 capital costs that you're going to be paying attention to when you are starting up your event space business. So one of the biggest things that you want to consider is, okay, cool. If I have $30,000, I would split them in 3. I have $10,000 to go to move-in costs. Good luck finding a space with that much money. It's possible, but it's tough. I have $10,000 to go towards build out costs. Again, difficult, but it's possible. And I have $10,000 for furniture. Definitely doable. Now, of course, it's not going to always be that cut and dry, but that's just a general back of napkin way to look at it in terms of how to split the money that you have in order to get the business up and running. The next thing that you want to start considering is how you are going to market this. Now, again, please do not make the mistake of thinking about marketing after you've already gotten the event space, because I see so many people make that mistake all the time. Especially with Scale Your Venue, we see people who come to us and they're just like, oh, I got an event space and I thought people would just come, and then the people never come, and it never makes any sense. So definitely make sure if you are going to get into this business, you know 100% exactly how you are to market this business. Now, you can either watch a bunch of my videos or you can join our program and help and get the help that you need in order to go ahead and scale that business. But whatever it is that you do, just please have a plan in order to go ahead and get leads for your business systematically and predictably. Now, the last thing, which is probably the most important thing that I really want to talk about in marketing your business, is customer service. Now, I've seen a lot of event spaces go down simply because they're not responding to people on time, or they're responding to people with attitude, or they're not negotiable or anything like that. You definitely want to make sure that you're offering amazing customer service, because it will impact your business. Word gets around very, very quickly, and especially if you're in a busy market like New York or New Jersey or Atlanta or Houston or LA, whatever the case may be, word is going to get around pretty quickly. So you definitely want to make sure that every single customer that comes into your business, you treat them as if they're your last customer, and that every other customer that comes would come from that person. Guys, my name is Brian Waldron, and if you like these videos, definitely make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Definitely make sure you let me know what other video topics that I should create. And of course, if you are looking to start your own event-based business, I've got a link in the description. Tap in and apply to work with us. Let's get it, let's go.